Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today I need to discuss the Beyond the Gates ratings. As y'all know, and I also wanted to make an announcement about the Beyond the Gates. I'm a little bit behind, you guys. I have not forgotten about the show. I have not given up on the show. I think I'm on episode 18 or 19, y'all. So we're already like a couple weeks behind. I'm trying to figure out the best way to catch up and do reviews on them because I do like the show. However, I have been in correspondence with my grandmother, shout out to her, who loves Beyond the Gates, and she kind of gave me a little bit of some insight because she's a longtime viewer of Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful. So what better insight than somebody who knows from the beginning of the Beyond the Gates to where we are now, what's going on? Because I honestly don't know. I have not been spoiled. I don't know how that happened, but I am not spoiled at all on what is going on. I literally was at her house and she showed me on DVR like a couple of scenes of just like, listen, the problem is this storyline and this storyline. And I was like, oh, and I didn't even know what was happening. So what has taken place, right? Why is there this emergency? So I say all that to say at some point I'm going to catch up with these reviews and everything else. I don't know the best way to go about it since there's like several episodes I'm behind and soap operas are every single day. And I had quite the week, as y'all know. Y'all know I had quite the week. I had to travel this week and everything else. So I'm still kind of getting my bearings back. But we'll figure something out. We'll work on a plan and we'll work on the best because I've not given up on the show. I want to make that clear. All the episodes are still on my DVR. We have not deleted anything or any of that. So nonetheless, I want to say this. It said the following. And this is according to Soap Opera Network. Again, we're always going to shout out where we get our information from, where we get our receipts from. It says the following. It says, as Beyond the Gates, it's currently sitting at 1.557 million viewership, continues to perform well enough in the key sales demographics. Its performance among total viewers might be a subject of concern. After 7 weeks, the series is averaging just 1.650 million viewers, with 3 of those weeks below 1.6 million viewers. That said, the new soap opera saw significant gains over the same 7-week period last year when The Talk held the time slot with the series up 401,000 viewers, 1.650 million versus 1.249 million over the since canceled talk show. Meanwhile, among the key demos, the show was down 0.01 week to week in both the women 18 to 49 demographic with the 0.21 rating versus 0.22 rating, and women 25 to 54 0.35 rating versus 0.36 rating. Compared to the same week, though, last year, Beyond the Gates was up 0.04 among the women 18 to 49 over the performance of The Talk, 0.21 rating versus 0.17 rating, and up 0.11 among women 25 to 54, 0.35 rating versus 0.24 rating, the largest year-over gain access across the daytime broadcast. And then also the other thing I wanted to point out as well is that it is still beating to this day after 7 weeks. It's still beating General Hospital in the demographics. General Hospital's demographics compared to last year. Last year, their demo was at 0.24. It is now averaging between 0.19 and 0.21, whereas Beyond the Gates last year, when they had the talk, the demo was at 0.17. They're averaging between 0.21 and 0.22. Now, the concern is the ratings. So apparently, they're trying to blame several soap operas lost a whole bunch of ratings in the previous week. So this isn't this week. This is the week prior. So this is the week of the 11th, right? So the issue was, I think, Young and the Restless, they had lost 80,000 viewers. Bold and the Beautiful had lost 92,000 viewers. However, they're still close to 3 million viewers on average for the week. General Hospital is still in third place. It has 1.796 million viewers. They only lost 15,000 viewers. However, last year around this time, they had 218,000 more viewers. Now, Beyond the Gates lost 65,000 views. So they're down to, like I said, that 1.557 million views, right? And let's just be honest, you guys. Let's be honest. I'm going to take a guess because I fully don't know what is going on. I don't think the show is in danger of cancellation yet. However, this is the same network that canceled 3 times. Shamar Moore, who formerly was of Young and the Restless, canceled his show 3 times. And it looks like the 3rd time was the charm, even though his ratings for his show are pretty decent. I'll say this. I'm just going to take a guess as to some of the issues, right? Because again, your girl's not spoiled. I don't know what's going on. I think the focus, first and foremost, should have been, focusing on the Dupree's immediate family first. Fleshing out Anita and Vernon's story, because I feel they should be getting way more screen time. Also, fleshing out more Danny and Nicole's storyline, right? I feel that should have been the primary focus. I think to quote unquote get this show greenlit, you have some of these other storylines to say, hey, we've got the nurse, hey, we got the firefighter, hey, we've got the friend down the street whose husband's got the gambling problem, and all of this other stuff. But the problem is, I feel like some of the secondary characters are getting way more screen time, and you have not fully fleshed out the Dupree family. You have not fully fleshed out the Dupree family, and I'm just going to say it. I'm not feeling whatever this Martin storyline is. I'm not feeling whatever it is. And I think maybe they're doing too much, because it sounded like, from what my grandmother said, they're incorporating way too much of the grandkids right now too soon. And we're not getting enough of Anita Dupree. We're not getting enough of Vernon Dupree. We're not getting enough of the, really establishing the family unit. We're focusing too much on some of this other stuff, and we need to get to know the immediate family first. And I know there's people who are disappointed because I reported on the fact that the original actor who played Ted Richardson is no more, and they are going to bring in the gentleman who played Effie's brother on Dreamgirls, who I think is fine, by the way. And I think he's actually, the actor in real life is a couple years older than the current actor who plays Ted Richardson. However, I don't know the details as to why that recast happened. I don't know if the current actor who plays Ted Richardson no longer wanted to do the role anymore, or if this was a higher up decision now that the show's been on the air so many weeks. Now they want to start making recasts. However, I feel there's like at least 6 or 7 other characters that could have been recasted before Ted Richardson. And so for me, I think potentially they're focusing in on the wrong storylines. Too much and also I am anti if they are trying to still move in the direction of the nurse and Andre. I think it's a huge mistake. Also, if they're trying to rush this back and forth thing with Danny and Bill, I also feel that is a mistake as well. I feel like there's certain storylines that are moving faster along than others. And I believe up until now, until this point, we still don't know what Martin's secret is. If I'm, because again, I'm not spoiled, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like literally, the last episode, I told my grandmother, the last episode I saw, was I think the breakdown when Danny, she was found on the floor with drinking the bottle of alcohol, and Andre found her, and I might have seen the follow-up episode after that, but I just haven't had time yet to do a reaction to it. But I want to say this, you guys. It is not a sprint. It is a marathon when you decide to lock into the soap operas. And it is not easy, especially for some of you who may have not grown up watching soap operas like I did. And I got it from all sides, right? My mom watched ABC soap operas, right? Growing up, she watched all ABC soap operas until she, started, getting busy with other things and didn't have time to watch soap operas like that anymore. So I was always watching All My Children, One Life to Live, and General Hospital. And then when they had Port Charles, and then when they had the city, right? And then when I would go to my grandmother's house on my father's side of the family, she watched CBS soaps, but she primarily watched Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful. Those were her spots, right? So all of her kids have seen those soap operas, right? It was must-see television every single day for those shows. And she still watches Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful now. However, she was more excited about Beyond the Gate. She loved the presentation. She loved how beautiful everybody looked on the show. She was excited for the storylines, but she is not feeling some of the secondary characters that the show allegedly is focusing on, and we need to focus on the core Dupree family members right now. So that was kind of my takeaway as far as why there might be some, issues going on. Now, I want to say this, the positive is the demo is very strong. The demo is important because that is going to be the advertisers that are going to pay to advertise their products during their shows. And that also is good for the actors and actresses in terms of negotiations for salaries and any type of additional money that can go towards enhancing the product of the show. However, the ratings are of a concern of the total viewers and the rate that it is dropping. Now, it could be a situation. Now, these are the live views. These are not the streaming numbers. I want to make that clear. So this is not the streaming numbers as far as any of you who are not watching the same day the show. But again, I just want you to know I have not given up on the show. I am hanging in there. Your girl's just been a little bit busy. I've had a little bit of a lot going on that I'm trying to sort out and just try to get as much content to you guys as possible. But I do very much want to get back into my reviews of Beyond the Gates. I just don't know the best way to go about it. And I'm trying to figure that out as I'm like a few weeks behind. So I want to properly, and another thing my grandmother said, shout out to her like for the millionth time. She said that she is at the point now of the show after 7 weeks, because she's not happy with some of the focus on the secondary characters, is she's doing a lot of fast forwarding on her DVR. Before, she could sit there and watch it live and sit there and watch through the commercials. But she said now she's disappointed that they're spending so much time on this Martin storyline and spending so much time on Martin and Smith's kids and all this other stuff that it's taking away, from some other things. And she liked the prestige and the glam and the class and the elegance that was originally displayed to us with Vernon and Anita. And also diving more into Danny and diving more into Nicole. However, some of these secondary storylines are just not hidden. Some of these secondary storylines are not hitting, and it's like they're forcing too much of some of these other secondary characters to try to like make this pop, and I don't think that's a good idea. I think that is a recipe for disaster. right? So hopefully it's just an issue with a few of some of these storylines that need tweaked, and maybe they'll, you know, go in a different direction. Again, these soaps, I think, film 4 to 6 weeks in advance, so maybe they could potentially be tweaking things, but I needed to do this emergency video to let y'all know I'm still locked in on Beyond the Gates. Your girl's just been a little busy and it's had a lot going on. And I had to go back and forth with some things, and but I want to get back to getting these reviews out to y'all. So there is that. I want y'all to unleash in the comments. Let me know what you think is going well with the show. What do you think you're unhappy with the show that needs improvement? Do you feel that some of the secondary characters are taking more of the screen time from the Dupree family, and that is why some people might be tuning out? I want to know. Or is it just a simple fact that some of y'all are behind because this is a show, this is a soap opera that comes on Monday through Friday every single week, and a lot of y'all got a lot of other commitments, a lot of y'all got jobs, a lot of y'all got families, a lot of y'all got other things y'all are trying to do. So nonetheless, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.